capturing strange creatures and recording mysterious figures hidden in the dark woods. These people had encounters that were truly shocking, so tag along, because otherwise you won't believe what the cameras captured inside these camps. In a quiet backyard, everything was calm until one guy looked toward the shed near the trees and froze. Right there, sitting still, was this massive creature. Definitely not a bird. Its wings were huge, like a giant bat, and its face looked almost alien. No feathers, no sound, just pure nightmare fuel. The second it noticed them, it shot straight into the sky and vanished into the clouds. Some folks are saying it looked like a real-life gargoyle. Whatever it wasn't something you see every day. They were lucky just to catch it on camera and walk away. Fiery flight. One quiet evening in Dallas, a man was just out enjoying the sky when something wild happened. He spotted this glowing bird flying way up, bright and fiery, like it came straight out of a legend. It wasn't just the glow, it was the shape, the way it moved. It screamed Phoenix. For a few seconds, it floated there, almost like it was checking things out. Then, boom, it shot up and vanished into the clouds. No sound, no warning, just gone. The man stood there frozen. He never believed in magical birds until one flew right over his head. Dementors. A group of friends were out enjoying the cloudy weather when they looked up and saw something strange. 5 tall figures in black cloaks were gliding above them, almost like something straight out of a movie. They looked a lot like Dementors, those creepy creatures known for sucking souls. Not long after, a video surfaced online, filmed in a remote, icy area, showing similar figures. People were convinced these were real Dementors, while others thought it was all just a CGI trick. Could the Dementors be back, or is there something else going on here? Titan. A video recently made its rounds online, showing a dark figure with wings soaring through the sky. It only lasted a few seconds, but that was enough to get people talking. The creature's origin is still a mystery, adding to the intrigue. Some viewers think it could be a sky titan, a legendary being few believe still exists. Was it just a shadow, or something else entirely? That brief glimpse of the winged figure has left everyone wondering what else could be hiding in the sky, sparking excitement and curiosity. Flying mystery. The last thing these friends happened to find in the woods was a glowing white creature flapping around like it owned the place. They figured it was just a butterfly until it started moving. That's when things got weird. Its wings had these wild, hypnotic patterns that didn't look natural at all. Everyone just stood there, staring like, is this even from Earth? Jokes started flying about alien butterflies making a pit stop on our planet. Real or not, one thing was clear. This wasn't your everyday forest find. Terrifying encounter. Deep in the jungle, a tracker ran into something straight out of a nightmare. While recording his path, he caught a pale, twisted figure sprinting past him, fast, like it wasn't even human. It looked like the Rake, and that was just the start. Suddenly, glowing eyes lit up the dark all around him. He was surrounded. No sounds, just cold, silent stares. Then, bam! One of them charged straight at him. The camera shook, then cut out. Locals searched everywhere, but found nothing. No gear, no man. Just questions that still haunt the area today. Eerie winged creature. A woman was just enjoying her ice cream in the park when the last thing she expected happened. A giant bird casually walked up and helped itself to a taste. No joke, it looked like something out of a spooky movie. Turns out, it was an Andean condor, one of the biggest birds on Earth. With wide black wings and a bald, colorful head, this guy looked both cool and creepy. They usually fly over the Andes Mountains and feed on leftovers from nature, but this one seemed more interested in dessert. Safe to say, that park visit turned unforgettable real quick. Eerie Bird. While out in the woods, someone spotted a bird that had everyone doing a double take. It had wings, but its face looked just like a Komodo dragon. Yeah, imagine that combo. This little thing wasn't shy either. It flapped around like it wanted out fast. Before anyone could get a clear look, it vanished. No one knows what it really was, and that's the part that sticks with you. It's been a mystery ever since, and honestly, it still has people wondering what in the world they saw that day. Hybrid horror. A man deep in the woods stumbled on something that didn't look like it belonged on this planet. At first, it looked like some slippery fish stuck on land, but then he saw its head, and it had the face of an owl, complete with a creepy stare and sharp little teeth. Its skin looked smooth like a snake, and it held tight to its prey, like it didn't want to share. He filmed it quickly and got out of there. Ever since, people online have been debating, was it a weird new species or some forest creature we were never meant to see? Asian shock. While touring in Asia, a family caught sight of something that left them frozen in shock. A huge creature with massive wings soared above them, its twisted, human-like shape and long tail making it look downright terrifying. The family managed to capture the moment on camera, and ever since, people online have been debating what they actually saw. Was it some kind of undiscovered creature, or something even more bizarre? The eerie footage has sparked endless discussions, and the mystery of what they witnessed is still unsolved. OneEyed Crypted. A woman was just trying to take a shortcut through the woods one late night, but what should have been an easy walk home quickly turned into a nightmare. Lost and in unfamiliar territory, she came across something she'll never forget. A huge creature, like a Sasquatch, but with one glowing eye and a horn. Terrified, she didn't stop to question what it was. She just ran. Heart pounding, she didn't dare look back. The shadow of that creature stayed with her long after she escaped. And to this day, she still wonders what she really saw that night. Mythical Being. In February 2024, a video popped up online showing a man walking his horse through snowy streets. At first, it seemed pretty normal, but as the camera zoomed in, something incredible happened. The horse had massive black wings. The wings moved naturally, almost like it was getting ready to take flight. Viewers were stunned, unsure of what they were witnessing. And then, just like that, the video ended. Was it a mythical Pegasus? Or something entirely different? The footage left everyone shocked, wondering what exactly they had just seen. Scary encounter. While camping, a group of friends stopped by a stream to cool off when they heard something growl from the trees. Suddenly, a huge creature emerged, sending them into a panic. They took off running, but the creature quickly passed them, disappearing into the forest. One friend managed to catch it on camera just in time. The figure resembled a Sasquatch, but with extra long arms and massive hands. Was it really a Sasquatch, or something even more dangerous? The sight left them shaken and wondering what they'd really seen out there in the woods. Alienoid Creature. While wandering through the woods, a traveler spotted a figure in black standing still, watching him from a distance. There was something off about it, something deeply unsettling. It wasn't human. Panic hit him as he turned and ran, but when he looked back, he saw shadows moving behind him. Was it following him? The whole encounter sent chills down his spine, leaving him convinced he had come across something otherworldly. The forest held its secrets, and whatever it was, it seemed determined to keep them hidden. Nightmare Bird. In a quiet village, locals captured a creature that looked straight out of a nightmare. It had a bird-like shape, but what really stood out were its glowing red eyes, enough to make anyone freeze in fear. Its face kind of resembled an eagle, but something about it felt off. It's hard to explain, but there was a darkness to it that no one could shake. Right now, no one knows exactly what it was, and the mystery only adds to the terror. One thing's for sure, though. I wouldn't want to be the one who runs into it. Bloating Venom. As a man was heading home one night, he froze in place. Right in front of him, a huge venomous creature was gliding through the air. Its dark, slimy body moved effortlessly, and every instinct told him to run. He didn't want to stick around to see what it might do next. The thought of it getting any closer was enough to send him into panic mode. With his heart pounding, he turned and ran, knowing he'd never forget what he had just seen. Some things are better left unseen, after all. Jagged horns.
Apapun bentuk kalian, datang semua ke gua, ayo!
While walking through a quiet, dense forest, a man came across something that froze him in place. Standing tall between the trees, the creature had glowing red eyes that seemed to cut through the dark. Its sharp, jagged horns curved threateningly, and it just stood there, watching him. The air around him felt thick, heavy, like he had wandered into a place he shouldn't be. There was something deeply unsettling about the creature, primal and unnatural. It was clear that whatever this thing was, it wasn't meant to be seen by human eyes.
Gak, gua bakal mundur sini, ayo datang semua ke gua di sini ya.
Phoenix sighting. While camping near the mountains in China, some guys caught something magical on camera, and let me tell you guys, it wasn't your usual bird-watching moment. A group of glowing white birds flew by, their long feathers floating behind like streamers. Watching this, I'm sure these birds looked just like the white phoenix from old legends. Then, just like that, they vanished into the trees. Campers were left staring, wondering if they'd just witnessed something not meant to be real. Campfire Crypted. A bunch of friends were hanging out by the fire, just enjoying their camping night, when one of them spotted something weird by the trees. At first, they thought it was a person, until they saw the head. It looked like a goat, with big twisted horns and a long tongue just hanging out. Everyone went silent. It didn't move, just stood there staring. Some swear it was the Goat Man, a creepy legend folks talk about in places like Maryland. That night, it wasn't just a story anymore. It felt way too real for comfort. Legendary Thunderbird. In 1977, a guy in Illinois caught something on camera that left even the experts speechless. A giant bird soaring through the sky. Its wings were massive, just like the legendary Thunderbird from Native American tales. The dark silhouette matched old descriptions perfectly, making the footage all the more chilling. Even universities examined it and found no signs of manipulation. Decades later, the mystery still lingers. Many believe something huge is out there, flying across the sky, waiting to be discovered. Could the Thunderbird still be alive? Camper's surprise. One quiet night in the woods, a camper spotted something strange moving through the trees. It looked like just a light, but then it floated out into view. It was a glowing white creature, flying gently through the air. Not a bird, not anything they'd ever seen. It gave off this soft blue light that lit up the trees around it, almost like magic. It reminded the camper of those old stories about mystical animals, like Takeuchi. The way it glided, almost dancing, felt unreal. That night, the forest didn't feel empty. It felt full of secrets. Strange sighting. A guy was out walking through the woods when something weird caught his eye up in the sky. At first, it looked like a kite just floating around, nothing too crazy. But as he looked closer, he realized it had a body, thin arms, legs, and shaped almost like a person. He quickly grabbed his camera to zoom in, but before he could figure it out, the thing disappeared. Just like that, it was gone. It never showed up again, but that strange shape flying above stuck in his mind long after the walk was over. Bound beast. South Africa is packed with wild animals, but no one was expecting this. Out in a quiet, remote area, people found a strange creature chained to the ground, and it wasn't anything they'd seen before. The thing was huge, with black fur, rough scales down its back, and teeth sharp enough to scare anyone off. Weirdly, it just laid there without moving, like it was waiting. Nobody could say what it really was, but a few folks whispered it might be some kind of science experiment gone wrong. Whatever it was, it left everyone speechless. Wild mystery. Someone recently posted a wild video that got a lot of folks talking. It showed something strange flying through the sky. Something that didn't look like any bird or drone. The video's a bit shaky, but you can still see this shadowy figure gliding way above the trees. It wasn't flapping or floating like anything normal. It was just drifting, like it didn't care about gravity at all. The clip didn't last long, but it definitely left people asking the same question. What exactly did they catch on camera? And more importantly, is it still out there? Unusual find. Usually, fishermen find some strange stuff in their nets, but this time, a fisherman in China pulled something out of the water that really made people stop and stare. A crowd quickly gathered as they saw what looked like a half-human body with a forked tail, almost like a mermaid. Sadly, the creature was dead, but it still left everyone speechless. The crowd started buzzing with theories, wondering if mermaids were once human women who became expert divers and adapted to the ocean. But the truth behind this mystery still remains a question. Terasaur. A man was out enjoying the day when he suddenly spotted something flying overhead, and it stopped him in his tracks. This wasn't a bird or a plane. It had huge wings, a long tail, and a sharp beak that looked straight out of a dinosaur movie. The way it moved, slow and steady, didn't feel natural. It looked a lot like a terasaur. But this thing wasn't a fossil. It was alive and gliding like it belonged up there. Some say it's a leftover from the past, others think it's something new. Either way, it left him completely speechless. Unusual elephant. Not everything you find in the wild makes sense. One guy was out hiking when he spotted something that stopped him cold. A baby elephant. But this wasn't our regular zoo elephant, right? This little thing had thick hair all over its head, like it stepped out of the Ice Age or something. He crouched behind a tree and watched for a while, trying to figure it out. It didn't look sick or hurt, just ancient. After a while, he gave up trying to explain it and quietly walked away, still wondering what on earth he had just seen. Amazon encounter. In 2016, a tourist was filming the stunning Amazon rainforest in Brazil when something unexpected caught their eye. While focusing on the lush greenery, they spotted a strange flying creature soaring in the distance. It glided smoothly across the sky, leaving the tourist frozen in awe. Just as quickly as it appeared, it vanished behind a hill. This mysterious sight left everyone wondering what kind of creature it could be. The Amazon is known for its incredible wildlife, but who knows what else might be hiding up in the skies, waiting to be discovered. Buried terror. In Brazil, a farmer was digging like any normal day until his shovel hit something odd. At first, he thought it was just thick roots, tangled underground, but then it squirmed. That's when he realized it wasn't a plant at all. It was some kind of giant creature with twisting limbs, kind of like an octopus, but stuck in the dirt, not the ocean. People online had a field day, joking it was a baby monster waking up. But locals didn't find it funny. Whatever it was, it left more questions than answers, and a field no one wanted to walk through alone. Legend creature. A hiker was passing through an open field in England when he noticed something unusual in the distance. At first, he thought it was just a white horse grazing alone, but as he got closer, he spotted a single horn sticking out of its head. That's when his heart skipped. Was he really looking at a unicorn? The creature stood calmly, almost like it didn't mind being seen. Some say it was just a rare genetic twist, but others believe this hiker may have just stumbled onto living proof that old legends still walk among us. Tibet mystery. In August 2016, a beachgoer in Tibet stumbled upon something so strange, it seemed like it belonged in a fairy tale. Lying on the shore was a dragon-like creature, its massive wings spread out and its scales shimmering under the sun. The bizarre sight sparked a frenzy on social media, with people on Reddit and Instagram debating if it was the real deal. Some were convinced it had fallen from the sky. Whatever it was, this discovery left everyone scratching their heads, and to this day, the mystery remains unsolved. It was a moment too weird to ignore.
29 مارس 2018
Cave cryptid. A camper was near a cave one night when he heard something strange, almost like bubbles popping, but it didn't sound right. Curious, he made his way toward the noise. As he got closer, his eyes locked onto a slimy, dirt-covered creature lurking in the shadows. Its jagged, glowing teeth stared right back at him, sending a chill down his spine. It seemed like it had been hiding there for years, feeding on who knows what. He quickly backed off, realizing this wasn't just any cave. This was something far darker and way more dangerous. Nighttime intruder. A man living near a forest kept hearing strange noises at night, as if something was trying to break into his house. When he told the forest ranger, his concerns were brushed off. So, he set up a camera behind his house, hoping to get proof. What the camera caught stunned everyone. A creature covered in thick fur appeared on screen. It looked like a wolf-human hybrid. Many thought it was a wolfman. But why was it trying to get inside? Wolves don't typically bother humans. Was it guarding something? Or was there another reason for its strange behavior? Winged monster. In September 2022, something incredible happened in the forests of Assam, India. A villager stumbled upon a bird so rare, its mere sight sent chills through the crowd. It was the great-eared nightjar, a bird so elusive that spotting one is almost unreal. The villagers knew immediately it needed protection. Without hesitation, they reached out to the Assam Forest Department. A quick plan was made, and soon the rare bird was safely relocated to Kaziranga National Park, where it could thrive in peace. This extraordinary bird had found a new home, thanks to the swift action of the locals. Brazilian Dogman. For years, the people of a small Brazilian town whispered about a creature called the Dogman. Legend said it lived deep in the woods, and no one dared to go looking for it. But one morning, something shocking happened. The Dogman was found dead in the middle of the road. Even in death, its huge jaws and sharp teeth sent chills through everyone who saw it. The townspeople gathered, unsure of what they were witnessing. No one knew how it ended up there. But one thing was for sure, the mystery of the Dogman was far from solved. Jersey Devil. Would you guys be brave enough to come face to face with a creature straight out of an 18th century legend? That's exactly what happened when a man came across the Jersey Devil. With its goat's head, bat wings, hooves, and split tail, this beast has been haunting the Pine Barrens in South Jersey for centuries. In 2015, a viral video seemed to capture it flying through the air, giving people chills worldwide. Some experts quickly dismissed the footage, claiming the wings looked fake. But the story still lingers, and the mystery of what lurks in those eerie woods continues to captivate us. Abandoned horror. Back in 2018, a local exploring an old, abandoned house had an encounter he'll never forget. As he moved through the place, a goblin-like creature appeared, throwing stones at him as if warning him to stay away. Then, with unbelievable speed, it leapt onto the roof, almost like it was telling him to leave. The shaky footage captured its eerie movements, but then it suddenly cut off. Would you dare to step into a place knowing something like that might be lurking inside? I sure wouldn't. Ancient flying being. A boy was out flying his drone in the woods when it captured something unbelievable. He thought it was just a bird, so he steered the drone closer for a better look. But as it got nearer, he realized it wasn't a bird at all. It was a baby dragon, gliding smoothly through the trees. He couldn't believe his eyes. But before he could capture more footage, the dragon disappeared deeper into the forest, out of sight. One thing's for sure, some creatures are still hiding, living secretly among us in the wild. Floating man.
Is that Jesus Christ? Please.
A man was going about his usual day in California when something unusual caught his eye. A figure soaring across the sky outside his house. "It looks like a man floating," he said, staring in disbelief. The mysterious figure flew through the air before gently descending, as if it was about to land. Some people thought it looked like an angel, while others had no idea what it could be. Whatever it was, the sight left everyone scratching their heads, adding another layer to the mystery of what could be floating above us.
You don't think that's balloons?
Hodaga. A hunter out in the wild looking for a catch when he stumbles upon something he never expected. A huge dinosaur-like reptile just munching on some grass. The footage quickly went viral, and people started calling it a Hodaga. Now, the Hodaga creature from Wisconsin folklore. Think frog-like head, lizard body, sharp horns, and teeth that could scare anyone. The legend started in 1893, when a guy named Eugene Shepard claimed he'd caught one. But who knows? Maybe this mythical beast is still roaming out there, waiting to be found. Being chased.
No mames.
Exploring abandoned buildings can be creepy, but nothing prepared this filmer for what they discovered. As they moved through a decaying room, they turned a corner and froze. In the shadows, a pale, humanoid creature with unnaturally long limbs sat, staring back. It looked like something straight out of a nightmare, possibly the Rake. Before they could react, the creature lunged toward them with unnatural speed. The filmer ran, the camera shaking with every step, capturing every terrifying moment. Was it the Rake or something else, lurking in the forgotten corners of the world? Camping gone wrong. During a late-night camping trip, someone caught something super creepy on camera. At first, it looked like an animal crawling low through the dark, with glowing eyes and thick fur all over. But then, it slowly stood up, and that's when things got real weird. It was tall, almost too tall, and the way it moved didn't feel right at all. Campers couldn't believe what they saw. Some say it was a real werewolf. Others say it was just a prank. Either way, it left everybody freaked out. Woods discovery. The woods have a way of hiding dark surprises, and for these friends, it led to a real nightmare. While searching for their missing friend near Diablo Range in California, they followed strange noises to an old, abandoned house. Inside, they found a dark, horned figure standing eerily still. For a moment, they thought it was their friend, somehow changed into something monstrous. Fear took over, and they fled, leaving behind more questions than answers. What had happened to their friend? And what was that terrifying creature they had just encountered? Caught on cam. Dragons are just myths, right? Well, not so fast. In China, a creature that looked strikingly like a dragon was caught on camera flying through the clouds. With China's rich history and deep connection to dragon lore, could there be some truth to these ancient stories? What if dragons didn't go extinct, but have been hiding in secret all along? The idea is mind-blowing and a little terrifying. What if these legendary creatures are still out there, waiting to be discovered? Forest dragon. A camper standing in the woods captured something wild right out in the open, sitting on a nearby cliff like it owned the place. This thing looked just like a dragon from old legends, with huge wings that stretched farther than any bird or bat you've ever seen. It wasn't hiding either, just perched high up like it was watching the world below. The video's super clear, but even now, no one can say for sure what it was. One thing's clear though, if creatures like that are still out there, the woods might be hiding way more than we think. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. In a quiet Indonesian village, things got real weird, real fast. Word spread that a giant bird with glowing red eyes had been spotted just outside town. It wasn't just a big bird, this thing looked like something out of a nightmare. Huge wings, thick black feathers, and that stare chilled folks to the bone. Some swore it was the legendary harpy, you know, that half-bird, half-human creature from old stories. Before long, the locals started gathering near the square, whispering, pointing at the sky, and sharing shaky phone footage. No one knew where it came from, and honestly, no one wanted to find out. But one thing's for sure, after that sighting, the town didn't sleep easy. Something unnatural was watching, and it wasn't finished. See you next time.